for it again. Cuts back in the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown, Rocks.
Throws to the corner of the end zone, wide open, diving catch.
From high above Melching Field, the Florida Athletic Coaches Association welcomes you to their All-Star Game. Founded in 1936 by a group of head coaches, the FACA, F-A-C-A, has coaches in both colleges and high schools, and they've been meeting ever since that one day in 1936, and now we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. I'm Christian Boussier. It's so nice to have you with us. Look, we're going to do things a little different here, all right? There's a lot of different rules going around. They're going to hit in groups. There's different lineups for each inning, so this first group that we'll get to in just a moment will hit 1 through 5, and then after the 5th inning, these groups will then switch. A couple players will move around. Each pitcher will pitch 2 innings, and I want to get into something really specific about pitching. 4 balls usually equals a walk in baseball, but this time around, 4 balls will equal a pinch runner at first base. The batter who scored the 4 balls will then stay at home plate in the box with the 2-1 count, and if he walks again, then he gets on first. We're going to take you back down to the field as action is just underway. We're happy to have you with us. And now settling in the left-hander in this first group here. First offering is going to get away from him, but off the backstop and bounces back. We see that a lot here at Melching Field. You know, that backstop's really close to home plate, and that padding isn't necessarily the softest padding. It's just going to kind of bounce off there. 1-0. Taken inside for ball 2. Now the 2-0 looking fastball. And he got it, but just missed low again. And it's going to be interesting to see how these 2-inning outings really affect pitchers. You know, it really takes you 3 or 4 to get your rhythm down. And I think with them taking, 2 innings as this ball is popped up, third base is under it, 1 away. Like I said, I think, with these 2-inning outings, it's really hard for these pitchers to find their groove, really learn the hitters. And even when they do learn the hitters are going to change by the 4th, 5th inning anyways, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Here's Lopez, who settles in for his first time. Lopez takes the ball. The 1-0. Just missed again low. It seems like he hasn't really settled in yet. And that's, like I said, totally fine. They're not going to get a chance to settle in, but you want to make an impression early in this game, and I think seeing him kind of off his command there is really foreshadowing what we may see pitching-wise in this game. This ball's cracked to short. On a hop, has to make the throw in time. Scooped up, and they got him. 2 up, 2 down.
Stepping to the plate, number 21, Mario Magana Jr.
And now Mario Magana Jr. settles in, who is again another lefty. That's the second lefty we've seen this inning so far. There's actually a lot of lefties on this lineup for this team as he takes a ball that just missed the zone there. It almost looks like he's trying to pitch around, maybe hit the corners a little bit. I think he's just missing. This isn't really the strike zone for him as this is cracked foul back towards the dugout. Magana taking his time. Next offering. Just misses outside again for ball 2. This ball's cracked out to center. On the run, making the grab, and that'll retire him. Well, had a lot of power off of the bat, but just kind of died in the wind there, but not a productive inning. So we stay 0-0. The North All-Stars did not get a run. We're back in just a moment from QwikCut Sports Network and Melching Field.
Hello. Yeah, so that's how it works. Right. Yeah, like he might get some defensive stuff, but like that's what they'll do. Like so the kids yesterday were basically guaranteed to at bats and the second one got one to at bat. Well today the kids only got one or two at bats yesterday to get the first day. I'll message you once.
Back here at Conrad Park, Melching Field. And now on the mound is going to be Baldapina. You know, Baldapina's had a pretty good season, 2-2 with a 500 win average and a 2.62 ERA, so definitely higher up in his category of player. You know, these are high school guys, so they're not putting up, you know, they're not playing every day. They're not putting up these huge numbers. They're not striking out this huge number of guys because it is a contact sport in the sense of high school baseball players get a lot of contact. There's not a lot of crazy pitching going on, not a lot of pitching dominance, to say the least, but solid player all around. He just gets warmed up. This first group of players coming up now for the South All-Stars. Antonucci will lead things off for us. Just a powerful guy all around. You know, he's got such a sweet swing from the left side. Definitely has the power to get something over here at 320 in the corners and 392 dead center, 365 everywhere else. So lefty Antonucci settles in. And the first offering. Oh, taken outside for a ball. It's really interesting to see all these pitchers missing outside on these left-handed batters. As this is swung through and missed for strike one. One. Ooh, taken up high. Baldapina's got 29 innings under his belt. This is cracked back towards the backstop and foul. Makes the count 2-2 now, so all even. The heat's definitely starting to pick up here in DeLand. You know, it started probably about a nice 81, and it's now slowly creeping up to a scorching 95. And they're going to punch him out. First strikeout of the game for Baldapina. And that'll bring up Jackson.
Now batting number 4, Glenn Brooks.
First offering. Oh, got him right down the middle. That was a beautiful pitch there by Baldapina. I think he's starting to show signs of his command here that we've seen all season long from him. 0-1. Just missed outside in the dirt. A beautifully kept facility. This is cracked first base side, diving, but he can't get it. And it's the first hit there for the South All-Stars as Brooks reaches on a jam play there right through the gap. One man on for Hooten.
Now coming to the plate, number 11, Jake Hooten.
Hoon's another guy who's got a lot of power. You know, he's just a big built guy. And I think it shows, you know, he just, there's some sort of aura around him that when you see him, he looks like a baseball player. He looks like a good baseball player. As that first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Runner leads from first, although pretty shy on his lead. Now shuffles over, looked to steal for just a moment, but he'll hold off. Now the 1-1. Runner goes. Throw down the second is going to be just late, and it's going to stumble into the outfield. Center fielder is there to pick it back up for him, but he'll reach now. Runner in scoring position. And boy, things are picking up quickly here. It's a lot of speed on the base paths there by Brooks, by the way, who, you know, with a player of that build is just so agile on the bases, so versatile too. A lot of speed. Is a good block there by the catcher for ball 2. Makes it a 2-2 count. Still 1 away here at Melching. Head coach Bo Diaz looks from the dugout. You got Rafael Giron at first and Manny Pelez at third, coaching. All from different schools, and I think, again, just this whole collaboration of players between districts and regions and schools, you know, even the coaches are involved in it. You got coaches from different schools. You don't know this guy. In fact, he's probably a rival coach from a school you haven't played against or maybe don't have a great reputation with, and now he's going to have to coach you and make you a better player. And it's just an interesting thing to think about. Now it's 2-1. Do we take a pause here? Two-one from Baldapina. Coming right up. Kicks and deals. Take it in, and it's going to even at the count 2-2. The fastball really seems to be working for him. Every time he throws a breaking pitch, it just kind of either ends up in the dirt or just outside of the zone. It's definitely doesn't have the command that I think he was looking for, but his fastball is absolutely shredding it right now. 2-2. Runners go. Throw down the third. He slides in there safe. The ball looked like it got away from him. Instead, something slid out of the third baseman's pocket there. Glasses fell off his hat. Runners on second and third now, and a big scoring opportunity for the South All-Stars.
Now batter 21, Braxton Varn.
As Varn settles in now. And most of this lineup is, you know, over 6 foot. Varn's, for instance, is standing at about 6'2". Varn swings through that first one. First strike. Next offering is in the dirt, and it gets away. Runner's going to come around third to score. They'll move another runner to third now. It is 1-0. The North All-Stars. And that was just a full breakdown of communication there between the catcher and the pitcher. Varn standing at 6'2" from South Walton. Swings through that one for strike 2. Varn's with 94 hits in his career, a .436 on-base percentage, and a key asset to that South Walton team. Played on varsity all 4 years of high school. And consistently hit over 250. Now he's got the 2-2 with 2 away and a runner on third. It's taken outside, and that'll make it full. Well, he's got 17 walks and 14 strikeouts, so it's really 50-50 on what's going to happen here. And I say that in an obvious way, but I also say that in the sense of, you know, this isn't a guy who's going to swing the bat on the 3-2 as he does there as he pops it up third base side. Everyone's calling it off. It's way high into the sun, and they retire him. Again, third baseman drops his glasses. So we head to the top of the second. It is 1-0, the North All-Stars lead. We're back from DeLand in just a moment.
Leading off top of the second, from 22, Zach Malavistio.
So Malavistio will lead things off for us in the south side of this All-Star game. Malavistio, you know, standing again at 6'3". Like I was saying, this game is just full of these big build guys. And that's not something you see a lot of in baseball, just this grouping of guys who are all over 6 foot. In fact, the shortest guy I'm seeing on my rosters is 5'9", which is still pretty close. So that's taken outside for ball 2. He's got a .392 average this year and 73 hits, 82 RBI. Big scorer for St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale. Came up north to play in this game, and we're so glad to have him with us. 2-0. Foul back and out of play. Gardner's starting to show signs of confidence up there. You know, like I said, you're put into this game. You don't get a lot of prep, not a lot of scouting reports going out here. You're playing guys from all over, and I think for Gardner it really just comes down to doing what you do best, which is throwing strikes. Not so much worrying about the velo if it's not really there and it's going to get crazy, but just to keep it in the zone. And now we've just seen our first walk there, so that'll put a runner on first. Malavistio is still in the box with a 2-1 count, so if you're keeping track at home, just remember Malavistio's still in the box. This ball's fouled back. Oh, he was not happy with that one. He's got a really nice swing path on him. I think he's just under those balls that are a little high in the zone. You know, I think he needs to start bringing his hands up a little bit. I think he'll find himself a lot more success in that as he fouls that off. Staying alive here with the 2-2. slugging 1.009. An absolute unit at the plate with a runner on first. Takes it just outside for ball 3 and now makes it 3-2. He's not someone you really want on first base either, or really on the bases at all. He is also one of these quick players. 8 stolen bases in his senior year, 5 in his junior year. 3-2, runner goes inside for ball 4. And now he'll go and take first. There's 2 on. And still nobody away. That brings up Colmenares from Flanagan. Checks his runners. Now goes to throw from the windup, fouled back. Colmenares is, again, just a powerful hitter. He's got quite a lot of muscle on him. Miguel Colmenares is certainly one to watch in this game. With the chance to score some runs, that ball just misses low in the zone, 1-1. As Gardner comes set, taking his time, really just taking his time here. Next offering. Swung on, cracked to second. He'll look to second, throws, short throws to first, and they're all safe. The runner at second was able to get around, but it looks like he did not get his hand on the bag, so they'll call him out. But the runner at first was able to beat out the throw. He was kind of stumbling down there. That's just a bang-bang play at both plates. You know, second base flipped it to second, but the guy was already halfway there. And he was lucky to get him out. Once he made the throw to the first, he was already touching the bag. His first offering is swung through and missed. Robert Kramer will step up to the plate. Kramer finds himself in a bit of sticky situation. His runner trails off the second. Throw is on line, but he's not going to get him. Throw home. And they're all safe. Now they're going to throw it to third. And he's safe. So they threw it around as Miguel's got a little bit of a hop to him over there. He's walking it off. They'll stop play here. His throw home was way off line. It looked like a game of pepper out there, just throwing it around. They threw to second, then a quick throw home, then a throw back to third. It was just kind of all over the place for them. Now there's a runner 90 feet away. It's a tie game, 1-1. Kramer takes the ball for a strike, 0-2, and he's got a 406 average this year. And that'll punch him out. So Eddie Marshall settles in now for Cardinal Gibbons.
Now batting Eddie Marshall.
Marshall 2 away. He was named in the Florida High School Sports Association in their state rankings and stats leader. He's got 8 home runs this year and is leading in home runs in his district. 27th in the association. Batting .358. That's trending upwards from his season last year, beating the national average of .239 by a long shot. And the 2-0. Finds the zone for a strike, makes it 2-1. This is a guy who's getting on base 50% of the time. And that is an extraordinary skill here, especially in high school baseball. Like I said, you're So he cracks this one to second. Quick flip to first, and that'll get him out of this inning. So Kramer gets retired as the South All-Stars are able to get one. We're tied 1-1 from DeLand. Back in a moment, and we'll finish that thought.
Now batting for the North, number 6, TJ Sunderhouse.
So we're back. TJ Sunderhouse will lead off for the North. So we're just set to get underway here. The bottom of the second inning. This game's going pretty quick for this level of play. You know, we see a lot of these high school games take hours and hours, but these guys are elite at their game, and they're really going through here. Valdepina, in his last inning of play here, he'll have to switch out next time around. Next offering is swung on and cracked out to center. And he's going to get under it for out number 1. That was an on-the-run move there. We see a lot of speed out of him. Just saw him earlier. He came around second, scored from second. It's a really good showcase of the kind of player he is. As Moss settles in. Look at that low stance. Kind of got a Jeff Bagwell thing going on there. He is seeing the ball pretty well this year. A couple of hits to his name as now Pena fires. It's cracked right back to the mound just off the tip of the bat. Flipped to first. They got him 2 away. So Valdepina looking to escape this inning. He's already got 2 to his name. Only 1 strikeout going for him. So now we're going to take a second. Umpires talking to the catcher here. Looks to be some sort of communication going on, but they seem to have it figured out. Now settling back in, Antonucci, a lefty. First offering is taken down low for a ball. And on the 1-0. Swung through and way early on that one. Got him with the off speed. The sun is really starting to kick in here at Melching. Next offering. Got the zone for strike 2. It's a 1-2 count now. And Antonucci's really got to start thinking about what pitches he wants to be selective on. He seems to be really taking these pitches that are higher up in the zone as he swings and fouls this one back and out of play. And now again the 1-2. Swung through and he got him. Baldurpini gets out of the inning. It is still 1-1 as we head into the top of the third. We're back in just a moment from QwikCut Sports Network. Back at Melching Field. Sorry, got caught up in my other job there for just a moment. And we want to remind you that there is a new pitcher now. It is the second inning, so that'll bring Delaretto onto the mound. So we welcome you back on QwikCut Sports Network. I'm Christian Boussier. We're just so happy to have you with us. It's a left-on-left matchup here. That first pitch is taken for a strike. You know, I told myself I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to get my jobs twisted, and I did it anyway. But that's the business. Still 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. That ball's outside and misses for a 1-1. Clouds are really starting to disappear now. It is a beautiful day in DeLand. This next offering is taken in for a strike, and it makes it 1-2. You know, just a couple days ago, an ASUN tournament was played here. Stetson in the national tournament. And now, 3 days later, high school players are playing on this field, and it still looks excellent. The city of DeLand has done a great job with this field as that's grounded a short throw to first. In time, and they got him. And now another left-on-left matchup here. It's kind of turned into that, you know, with all these lefties on both of these rosters and a lot of right-handed pitchers. It's not going to be often that you see this lefty-lefty matchup here that, you know, inevitably favors the pitcher. And ultimately, as a left-handed pitcher, you want the left-handed batter. You want to jam him up on the inside, as you see right there. But just the pure volume of left-handed hitters on both of these rosters is astonishing to me, and it's gameplay-wise going to cause a lot of different strategies going for both these hitters and these pitchers and coaches as well. You know, you want to put in pitchers that are going to have an advantage towards hitters as the 0-2 comes outside and in the dirt for ball one. Makes it 1-2. One, two is taken in the dirt. Makes it 2-2 now. Still one away, nobody on. Next offering is swung through, and it's going to be dropped. Quick throw to first. In time to get the out. 2 away now, nobody on still. As we've also cycled through some hitters, we've reached the bottom of that order. Buchholz settles in. A right on left now comes into play. Oh, 1 is cracked in the right center and will get down for a base hit. So Buchholz reaches first on a line shot. And now it seems to be a whole different vibe going for them, as the north side has a man on. First offering in there for a strike. And we've seen him start him off with strikes very early on in the at-bat, and that's key for a pitcher. You know, it sets the tone for him very well. He looks over, now comes set. Again, another left on left, and with a runner on first. If I'm the hitter, I'm really looking to poke one here into left field. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Oh, it's going to be just close. He's in there safe. Ball got bobbled around. It looked like that. You know, the shortstop came over. I really had a beat on him. The runner was getting close to the bag, but not close enough. It wasn't like a blatant safe call. And as a runner, you're kind of caught like a deer in the headlights. You know, you're looking around, you see the ball in the air, you see the shortstop already there, you think the ball's closer than it might be. You can't stop that momentum. You got to keep going, because if you slow down, the ball's really going to beat you, and you really never know how close you are to the bag until you're there. Two one count now, 2 away. Cracked foul once again. And we'll do the 2-2 again. Runner trails from second. He takes a peek. Now fires. Ball almost got away again. Makes the count full. Full count. The payoff, 3-2. Takes a peek, now fires. It's cracked in the center field. He's under it. And he makes the grab to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the third. It is still 1-1. North and South tied up. Back in a moment from Melching.
Founded in 1936 by a group of head coaches, the Florida Athletic Coaches Association is comprised of nearly 6,500 member coaches, both high school and college in the state of Florida. The Florida Athletic Coaches Association sponsors 9 high school all-star classics in 8 sports, conducts 4 coaching clinics each year, and recognizes coaches for their exemplary efforts supporting the youth of the state. For more information, please visit www.floridacoaches.org. Now batting, Glenn Brooks.
So Glenn Brooks will lead things off for us. Again, a new pitcher there for the North team. That's Gabriel Jenner. Jenner, the left-hander again. A lot of power behind his fastball there. He's got one of the best fastballs I think we've seen today. There's a lot of velocity behind it. Next offering is outside for a strike. Just caught the zone. It's a 1-2 count now. I think as these new pitchers come in, it's also going to be interesting to see how the umpire strike zone kind of evolves. That next offering makes it a 2-2. Comes set winds, the 2-2. Again outside, makes the count full. We've seen a lot of pitching dominance in this game. You know, we haven't seen a lot of hits. We've seen some scoring, but most of that scoring coming from walks or balls that get away. This is lifted shallow center. Shortstop's under it. There's one away. So that'll bring up Jose Herrera.
Now batting, Jay Cooten.
First pitch in their first strike. He's looking on that one. Now he comes set. The 1-0, excuse me, is lifted in the air out to the left. He's under it, fighting the sun, but able to make the grab, and we'll retire him for 2. And now it is really crunch time here in this 46th All-Star game. This is the 46th FACA All-Star Baseball Classic, as that's fouled back and has been played every year since and has become a staple in this organization, giving high school baseball players a chance to really showcase their talents. You know, high school baseball players don't get a lot of opportunities to showcase their talents like this. And I think in opportunities like this, it really gives them a chance. You know, they go to these showcases, they go to these scouting events, they may even play travel ball over the season. But it's opportunities like this where it's just down to the nitty-gritty, you know, watching them play baseball. They did a workout yesterday, the 1-1. And there for strike 2. It really just gives scouts a chance to say, okay, look, we're done traveling around. We're just going to go to one game. We're going to see you play. And that's how you do. So that ball is going to be taken for a strike. And that'll get him out of the inning. So it is still 1-1 as we head into the top of the 4th. We're back from the land in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. So Jenner still on the mound here for the South All-Stars. It's coming up to the plate now. Will be Lopez. And Freeman will hit in his spot coming up in the next inning. The left-on-left matchup again continues to just kind of pound these left-handed hitters. Starts him off 0-1, now brings it 1-1. With a fastball that tops out at 84 miles an hour. That's of last October, but still good for high school. He's brought that up 19 miles an hour since 2021. That would have been his first year in high school. And with a stature like that, you know, Gabe's a tall guy. He's got a lot of room for extra velo, as we say. A lot of power in the legs and the hips for him. A lot of that velocity in pitching comes from the rotation of the body and being able to sling the ball. Well, it comes in the arms too, but the 3-1 now. Shot towards short. He'll make the grab and throw to first in time. One away. And defensively, we haven't seen a lot of players come out yet. I think it's just opportunity-wise, but the infield seems focused. You know, they're chasing these balls down. They're trailing into middle, shallow, center, and right. And as far as ground balls go, they've been pretty on top of it. We even saw the first baseman lay out for one just a while ago, and I think that really shows where the defense's head is at. As a pitcher, you want to be able to trust, you know, your infield and your outfield to make sure that these hits aren't turning into anything too serious or anything too lethal to your game. That's going to throw off your confidence. And I think having confidence in your fielders also gives you confidence as a pitcher and really helps with those, you know, command problems, as this is fouled back and towards the dugout. Malavasio up on deck. Almost made the grab on that ball. He stuck his hand out. I think it hit him a little bit. Now the 0-2. In the dirt and gets away, but a good block there by the catcher. It's Rivera. Rivera also a pitcher, and I think in high school it's so crucial that you understand pitching in a way, I think, as a catcher, as this ball's fouled back. And having a catcher who is also a pitcher and pitches in games gives the catcher kind of a sense of where your head is at. You know, he could read you. He knows, okay, well, he threw that one. Or even as a catcher, you know, you're calling the signs. You know when it's best to throw an off speed. You know how good a guy's off speed may be. As this pitch is swung through and missed for strike number 3. And there's 1 away. 2 away. So we just waited for the scoreboard to catch up with us there. That brings up Rivero. Flew out his last time up. It's inside for ball 1. He's really rhythmic in the box, you know. He's got a little bit of a rock to him. Help him with his timing. We see him shoot one down the line past first base. That's going to be trouble as it finds the corner. He rounds first, heading to second. Long throw, but he'll slide in with a double. Rivero's happy about that one. And that was perpendicular with the foul line. And there's a runner on with 2 away. That'll bring up Marshall. First pitch in there for a strike and a heater just on the outside. Rivero trails off from second. Next offering's in there again for a strike. Starts him off 0-2 now. Didn't really look anticipating the swing of the bat, but this is the guy who sees a lot of pitches, like I was saying earlier. And you know, when you're like that, you really got to be selective on what you're doing because you got to run around second. You don't want to poke an off speed out of the way. Instead, he'll swing through, and that'll retire him. So what looked to be the start of maybe a productive inning for them ends in despair as they strand the runner on second. We are still tied up. Don't go anywhere. We're back in just a few. We are back here at Melching Field in Conrad Park. Again, just a beautiful facility. It's so upkept, and like I said, they just played the A-Sun tournament here not too long ago. And this field is in pristine condition, and this field got beat up in that tournament. A lot of high-scoring games, a lot of action. So this first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a strike. And, you know, it just goes to show when a community cares about baseball this much, and a community like DeLand, you know, you got Chipper Jones, Jacob DeGrom, a ton of others, you know, coming out of this place, out of this town, I should say. It unites people in a way around the sport. The attendance is high, even at Little League games. They really, really pay attention to the small details, and it shows here. As the 2-1 pitch now comes. It's in there for a strike, evens it out 2-2. Next offering is cracked in the right field. Trailing foul, and will land foul towards the batting cages and way out of play. Staying alive on the 2-2, and as a hitter, that's probably one of the most anxiety-inducing parts of the game, is sitting in a 2-2 count. You don't really know what he's going to throw next. You think that it may come out as a heater. It could also be the off-speed, like we see right there, as it misses up high for 3-2. But it's the uncertainty in your at-bat. You know, you're already only given seconds to really react to a pitch. As the 3-2 payoff is swung on and flown out to right center, and he'll make the grab on the hop. That was a graceful catch there, and the pirouette by the right fielder making the grab. In a 1-2 game. Brings up Herrera. Swings through it. Strike one. Herrera again fouls it back for strike number 2. Herrera's looking pretty calm in his demeanor. As the throw is an off speed that doesn't break. Herrera, again, one of those players, just very tall, very relaxed as he grounds one to second. But it's off the bobble. Throw to first is still going to be in time. Caught his cleat there, bounced out of the glove. Able to make the throw for 2 away. Here's Colmenares. Again to settle in here for the South All-Stars. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Out of Sunrise, Florida, the shortstop who stands at 6'1", only 17 years old. A lot of bat speed on him. Facing the lefty. Taken for a ball just outside. .83 miles per hour through the infield. I mean, he's throwing pitcher speeds over to first. Able to punch these runners out as the off-speed got him and gets him again out of another inning where the bats seem to be coming alive. For the South All-Stars, it is 1-2. Your North Side leading. We're back in just a moment.
For the latest official news about the Florida Athletic Coaches Association, visit floridacoaches.org, the official website of the Florida Athletic Coaches Association. We'd also like to give a special thanks to the excellent grounds crew here today, keeping the field in top shape for our games.
And back here at Melching Field, what a beautiful day for baseball it is. Really picturesque morning for us here as we slowly pan out to show the field. Look at that. Beautiful field, beautiful facilities. I can't stop raving about it. I might have to marry it. So we get settled back in here. New pitcher, new hitter on the mound. This pitch is cracked in the right and will get down for a base hit. So one pitch, one man on. That was Gardner who hit that ball, and Magana who was able to reach first. And as for the North, you know, you got Montrell on the mound now, who was not necessarily included on the starting lineup like that. You know, they throw guys around all over the place here. He was not listed in the starting rotation, but he can pitch. He's got it in his profile. As he sets it up 1-1, throw to first. Was dropped to not get him. Good reaction there from Montrell. Runner leads off. This ball is cracked way hard in the left center and will get down and up against the warning track now. He's got a long throw in, but it'll be cut off. It's a standing double and a runner 90 feet away now. And Cooper Moss has some work cut out for him. That ball misses for ball one. The 1-0. Cracked down the first base side and just out of play. Almost wrapped it around the bag there, but just skipping off of the clay. Next offering's in the dirt. 2-1. This is where the game starts to slow down. You know, you reach the middle of the game. And that's really when everybody starts to say, okay, now we're in here. We see how this game's playing out. We see the energy as this ball's inside. We see just kind of the whole vibe of what this game's going to have go on. And that's when we start slowing down and say, okay, let's focus. Let's do this. Figure out what kind of game I want to play personally, and then adapt that to what game my team is playing, as that's fouled back towards the backstop. And I think it really, you know, game is such a game of, baseball is such a game of mentality. You know, if you come in with this hard mindset, it really throws off your entire mechanics, and that in turn brings down your whole team. As I'm sure you could imagine, as this ball is cracked right back up the middle and will score another run. We're going to wave him around the 4. He dropped the ball in center. They give him the stop sign. We're back all tied up 2-2. Sarah settles in now. The left on right with runners on the corners. Hasn't been in this situation at all today, and the runner takes off for second. Throw down, sliding in safe. It's the third stolen base we've seen from the South team today. It's pretty key to their success. You know, they're moving these runners around. They're stretching singles into doubles. They're getting guys going. They're just fired up down there. And I think their demeanor shows a lot about what kind of outcome we may see in this game. You know, the north side is kind of struggling with these pitching changes. You know, every 2 innings, new pitcher, and it just seems like they just haven't found their rhythm yet. 2-1. Low and away for ball 3. Makes it 3-1, and you know, if I'm Sarah, I'm anticipating fastball here. I'm going to take him low and outside, and I think that's what we'll see right here. Instead, he sets him up low and inside and jams him and fouled. On those 3-1s, you really want to get this guy to chase a strike that's kind of out of the zone, and that'll set you up for the 3-2, of course, so then get him with an off speed if you set him up fastball, but with the full count, I think we can anticipate something breaking just like that. Grounded to short. Looks at home. Now throws first, and it's going to get away and back off the backstop. That'll score both runners. They'll hold Sarah at first. It is 4-2. The South All-Stars are just keeping the pressure on. And we routinely see that out of shortstops who have a runner in front of them. They check third. They don't really get to lock their eyes on first base. They kind of just make a throw. They make that throw every day. But, you know, you have a runner in front of you. You want to make sure that guy's not moving. You don't want to make the error. There's so much you're thinking about as a middle infielder. Second and shortstop, of course. So that ball is dropped in the dirt for ball number 1. There's a lot going on there, and that throw is not an easy throw to make. It's a lot farther than people may think it is. And so when you see a throw over like that, you take your eyes off for 1 second on any point of the field. Wherever you're throwing, you're aimed, and you take your eyes off. It throws off the whole rhythm, because now you're looking at the scoreboard or a flag or the batter's eye or the top of a light pole just for a split second, and it changes your whole mechanic, and that's where it really messes guys up, is that check swing. He went around. Yes, he did. They called it a strike. Runner trails off. That's going to hit him. And in not a great spot either, right on the back of the quad. He's going to take a second there. Runner will move to second. Got him at a tough spot, and they're going to end the inning here. So 4-2 is your score. The South All-Stars will lead. We're back in just a moment from Melchick Field. Rupert Blackwood Jr. gets the nod here on the mound to start things off in the bottom of the 5th inning. Blackwood's got pretty decent year on him. I mean, 3.08 ERA, 1-4 though, but not to his own doing. You know, he comes in and starts these games. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's losing them, but a 3.08 ERA is nothing to be upset about as he winds and fires his first throw inside for ball 1. Comes set and delivers the 1-0. He's got kind of a Tim Lincecum thing going on here where he brings his arm all the way back. His arm is basically scraping the back of the mound there. Big wind up there and then just fires it. It's a pretty old-fashioned wind up to him and seems to be working well for him. A lot of guys like that, they tend to have a lot better break on their off-speed pitches. As this ball is cracked out to center field. Trailing back, still looking for it. He makes the run, backpedaling. But as I was saying, you know, players like that who kind of have that wind or that drop to them in their windup really may cause a loss of velo, but comes at greater spin. You know, you're able to flick your wrist a little more, and that gives better break on those baseballs. Sunderhouse will settle in now for the first time against Blackwood, who fires his first pitch. Starts him off inside again. (1-0). Outside for ball 2. Starts him off 2-0 now, and I think if you're Rupert, you're just looking to throw strikes. You don't really need to focus on doing anything too crafty with your pitches. If you throw strikes, that's what is going to really get you out of this inning and out of these at-bats. That ball again is in the dirt for 3-0. Starts him off way ahead in the count. Now the 3-0 delivery. Will he get the green light? He does, and shoots it right back up the middle. A line shot in the center, and that'll get him on the first base. The north side has their first runner on. Here's Dietz. Nate Dietz from Tallahassee, Florida. Leading his district in wins. Batting .350 on his high school year and .485 on base percentage. He's got 19 RBI. And a couple of runs to his name as well. So able to do some damage here as we sit 4-2. The tying run at the plate. First offering. Outside for ball 1. And Dietz, you know, he stands at 5'8", one of the shortest players on this roster, but that just means he's able to get under the ball more. That's going to bring the zone a little bit down as that ball gets away. Runner will tag up and head to second. There'll be no throw. Dietz has the advantage because I think when you're lower than the pitcher, and you're already lower than the pitcher, but, you know, when you're 6 feet tall, you're looking eye to eye with the pitcher. But I think when you're, you know, 5'7", 5'8", maybe 5'9", you see the ball differently, and you can. It just all comes down to perspective. As the 2-0 is green light and popped up in the center, trailing in, but it'll get down. Runners will head to the corners as the ball gets away from the cutoff man. As things are starting to get a little dicey here for the Southside pitching staff. They got jammed up to center fielder too. You know, it's one of those baseballs that I call an in-betweener where, you know, it's not shallow infield or shallow outfield, but it's not way deep. So it causes not necessarily a miscommunication as the runner goes. Throw down the second will not be in time. Now they're going to have to fire it home. He's in there. Excellent base running there by the north side to bring this game just a little closer within 1 run. But as I was saying, you know, it's one of those defensive plays where you really got to read it as an outfielder. If you're playing mid-back, you know, towards the warning track as the runner takes off for third, fires, and in there safe once again. The tying run is 90 feet away. They are stealing like crazy as North Florida All-Stars inch ever so closely to taking this lead. Tying run at third, the leading run at the plate. The 0-2. Taken outside for ball 1. That's Ayala. Settles in his second time this game. The 1-2. Oh, check swing. Did he go? Did not go around. Evens out the count 2-2. Still 1 away. Runner on third. The 2-2. Delivers. In there and punches him out. Got him on the breaking ball. And there is 2 away here as the North Florida All-Stars are looking to bring this game to a tie. And here comes Sunderhouse, who has had a quiet day so far, quiet morning I should say, in the box. But has a chance to rewrite his story here. As long as he's in the box, he has a chance to rewrite his story and flip the script in this game. For 3. Oh, way inside and up at the face. Make it a 1-1. Wines checks third, now delivers. Swung through and missed for strike 2. Rupert Blackwood trying to make some magic happen here. The 1-2 with 2 away. Swung through and he got him. He punches him out. And Blackwood uses some black magic to get out of this inning. We stay 4-3. Southside hangs on to it. We're back from Melching in just a moment.
Fans, if you're posting pictures from today's event on your social media accounts, tag the FACA and we'll retweet and share it. Follow the FACA on Twitter by searching for FACA. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Florida Athletic Coaches Association. On the site, you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best.
South Florida trying to hold on here. 4-3 is your score as we head into the top of the sixth. This game slowly winding down. Montreal stands on the mound for his second time this game. First pitch is away for 1-0. Montreal already in the windup. Deals another ball outside, 2-0. Was a breaking ball and taken for a strike. And already, I mean, Montreal's working quick here. Gets the ball, gets the sign, and he's ready to go. Ball's in the dirt again, makes it 3-1. And you know, he might just be that type of guy who doesn't really have this sort of rhythm to him. He's not really, I don't want to say mindful as this ball's fouled away. He's not really mindful or meditative on the mound. He's almost crazy, you know. He's got that rock to him. He's got that power behind him. I think it's this raw energy from Montreal. This is popped up right over second and into right fielder's glove for out number 1. That retires Alonso. And we'll bring up the lefty. First offering is again in the dirt. Starts him off with a ball, 1-0. Next offering is cracked on the ground right past the second baseman, but he makes the dive. Throw to first. It's going to be close, and he's safe. He had a glove on it. First baseman was just caught up. You know, the runners were right behind him, spun around and saw him, but a great defensive play there. Brings up Freeman. The quick throw to first just to check him. Well, the ball that looked like it got away from him, it inevitably got past the first baseman, but I think it tricked all of us here. That ball looked like it was in the gap, and he launched and just gained like an extra 3 feet. Runner goes. Throw to second is going to be offline. And so the North All-Stars are now watching what they had just done to the South All-Stars. As Freeman stands with a man on second now. Next pitch is going to be fouled back and out of play. Makes it a 1-1 count now. Still nobody out. Looking to extend this lead. And now the 2-1. Coming Freeman's way. Outside. You know, Freeman has shown a lot of discipline today. He's not really swinging at pitches that are way outside or way high or way low. He's made the mistake at swinging at some inside breaking balls, but most hitters do. He's been really good at being selective with what pitches he wants. As the runner goes, this is grounded second. Quick throw to first in time for one away. Runner will not tag from third. They've got a man 90 feet away. Sarah comes up with 2 away now. In what is now a 4-2 ball game. This pitch is the off-speed swung through and missed. There wasn't a lot of confidence behind that swing. I think he saw it break into the zone and tried to put a bat on it. You see that a lot with these curveballs inside. That one hangs, and it's flown out to center on the dive and makes the grab. That'll end the inning for us. We're back in just a moment. The top of the 7th coming right up. Fans trying to stay cool here at Melching Field in Conrad Park as the sun slowly creeps up to high noon here in DeLand, Florida. Also trying to stay cool, that's Rupert Blackwood on the mound, who is in a close game here. 4-2 is your score. It's a scoreless top of the 6th inning for the south side as now the north side gets a chance to get a couple. Really bring this game a little bit closer. They had an electric inning last time around as the breaking ball's taken for strike. Cooper Moss will lead things off for us. The 0-1. Ooh, check this swing there. Did not go around. It was inside for ball 1. Now all tied up in the count. The 1-1. Cracked in the center field, on the run. Backpedaling, makes the grab for 1 away. As it starts to become more overcast, you always have that threat of afternoon showers in central Florida, and I think in all of Florida really, who just gets rain soaked here during these summer baseball games. You never really know what's going to happen or when it's going to strike. First offering's inside at the ankles, got to dodge it. Jordan Marlowe. With the 1-0. Taken and just missed for ball 2. It was hanging outside. And if I'm Blackwood with the 2-0, I'm looking fastball. I'm looking just to set him up. You know, you want to build a foundation as a pitcher early in the at-bat, and that's why starting off 0-1 is so good, as he hits the fastball in the dirt. Now they'll go and have a chat, but you know, when you start these guys off 1-0, 2-0, it just sets them up for success as a hitter. You know they're going to throw the fastball. You know they're not going to hit you with anything crazy. They just want to set their tone, and that's why we set the tone quick in the at-bat as a pitcher. A strong foundation like that really, really gives you the advantage. .3-0 green light, and he fouls it back. And way out of play. Now the 3-1 with 1 away. Marlowe watches ball 4, so he'll stay in the box. It'll come up to a 2-1 count. They're going to throw a runner at first. So now the count is 2-1 with a runner on first. Ball's outside, 3-1. That was actually a late call from the umpire. That'll make it 2-2. Two. Punches him out. And that may be the first time I've seen somebody get walked and then struck out in one at bat, but Blackwood makes it work for him and able to flip it around. Brings up Richardson with a man on first. That's taken close to the knees for strike 1. And for Richardson, it's his first appearance in the game, and I think Blackwood is really starting to show his true colors here as this is fouled back. And this is where you're going to see a lot of hitters just to start swinging at whatever, you know, Blackwood or whoever throws them. When you're so late in this game, you're antsy to get a hit. When you're down like you are here, 4-2, you're only down 2 runs. That's not hard to make up per se. Is the tying run is at the plate. He swings and cracks one in the gap past second base. They hold him at second. And it's a single for Richardson, who makes this game just a little easier now for Hooten, who comes up for the north side now. The catcher again goes to talk to Rupert. And if you're Rupert, you're thinking, I did not sign up for this. You know, I was only supposed to be here 2 innings, kind of get through it. I know I'm not going to find my groove, and now he's in a sticky game time situation. This is a situation he finds himself in probably as a pitcher every game. You know, it's just one of those crunch time decisions and crunch time pitching outings. Check second, now fires home. Ball gets away, bounces off the pitcher. They're going to throw to second. There's nobody there to cover it. It's into the outfield. Center field, long throw home, but Blackwood will cut it off. And it is 4-3 now. Just a total miscommunication there by the catcher and the second baseman. The ball bounced into his glove, but when he threw it on second, there was nobody there. Lone runner stands at second base. 2 away here, tying run. He takes a peek. Now fires the 0-2. Again, off the batter. Ball will get away. And the runner now moves 90 feet away. Just a mere 90 feet to bring this game and really flip it upside down. They were down for 2 innings. Scored a run, then, of course, lost it again. They've scored in 2 innings back-to-back to make it a 4-3 game, and they've slowly clawed their way back. This ball's cracked in the right. He's going to backpedal, now run in on it, and makes the grab before they could tie it up. So 4-3 is your score from Melching Field. Things start to heat up into land. We're back with the top of the 7th in just a moment. We're back and a new pitcher on the mound here for the North All-Stars. As this game just creeps closer. We've reached the closing chapters of this book here as the North and South All-Stars close it out. Good play there by the third base coach, and throw to the mound is in time. Malavasio settles in to the box now, and the 0-1 is taken up high for ball 1. This guy's seen a lot of pitches today from a lot of different guys and shown a lot of confidence in the box. Swinging, that pitch is taken for strike 2. The 1-2. Oh, check swing. Did he go? Did not go around. Evens out the count 2-2. He's got to cross the threshold of the plate there He could check it in the middle of his swing, and as long as he doesn't cross the front of the plate, he's good. That pitch is inside. Make the count full. From his windup, the 3-2 delivery. Swung on and a little chopper to third. Off the hop, long throw, and he got him for out number 1. And now, for the first time, we'll see Milano. With one away and nobody on, Milano definitely a swagger to him as he paints in the dirt and now comes up. First pitch to Milano's in the dirt. Class of 25. Takes a pitch upstairs, 2-0. Top 28 player in the nation. Ball's in the dirt, 3-0. 11 home runs, top 30 in the nation for home runs. Number 1 in his district with 41 runs. Top 8 with RBIs of 8 in Florida. Leads his district in slugging percentage, batting average, on base percentage. Second in his district with 13 stolen bases. And just all around a well-rounded baseball player. The 2-2 with the man on, runner goes. Throw down, it's going to be close. And they got him. Well, it finally worked out for him there as he made the throw down the second. Able to connect on one finally and got the man. Tagged him on the chest. Milano out of Doral, Florida. Seeing what he can do here on the 3-2. In the dirt, and now they'll walk him. They walked him once. Now they walk him again, so he'll stand on first base. This new hitter settles in. Comes set. Milano Charles from first. First offering's in the dirt, and good block there by the catcher. Makes it a 1-0 count with 2 away. Quick throw to first. Milano was off the bag. Easy there, buddy. He had his back turned to the pitcher there for a second, and that's definitely not ideal for when you're running back. More of a dive, I think, would be ideal when you're headed back to the first base. That makes it 2-0. This is cracked in the left field and will get down for a base hit. So that brings them to first and second now. Everybody looking around. I think, you know, if you're the north side, you're trying to limit the damage right now because you don't want this lead to extend. And if you're the south side, you're just trying to beat them out. You're trying to get this lead bigger. You don't want this to be a one-run game. Yeah, I don't think anybody really wants it to be a one-run game. And I think, you know, pitching-wise, when you see a hit like that, you freak out because you think, oh man, this is hard hit. You know, it's going out. It's going into the corner. As an outfielder, you're trying to play it off the hop. You don't want it to bounce over you or bounce away from you, as that's taken again for a ball, makes it 1-1. And it's one of those plays where everybody just kind of freezes. Says, okay, let me catch my breath, and then we'll get started. Two on, two out, 1-1 count. Delivers. Up high for ball 2. Checks the runner at second. Does not throw. Now fires home. It's a breaking ball swung through and missed for strike number 2. It's the first time we've seen him throw the off speed here in this at bat, and I think it's going to set him up for a weird situation, as that's Jenner on the mound, or Jenner at the plate, excuse me. Jenner, you know, seemed a little off balance with that off speed, and I think he's going to throw him another one right here. He does, and it's shot out to left field. Trailing back, fighting the sun, fighting the wind. It's just at the track, and he just missed it. It was hot off the bat, but they're able to keep the damage minimal. 4-3. Your South All-Stars still lead, but another opportunity for the North All-Stars to get it going for them. We're back in just a moment from Melching Field. So Magana Jr. will get the nod here to pitch for the South All-Stars in the bottom of the 7th inning. He takes a pause, now comes up, and we're ready to go here. Glenn Brooks will lead things off for the north side. He watches a pitch down low for ball one. The 1-0. Swung through a miss. Man, he almost got a piece of that one. And the bat speed out of Brooks is phenomenal. You know, this is a guy who very tempoed in the box and explosive in power. 2-1. Taken outside for ball three. (3-1) was taken for a strike to make the count full. Brooks finds himself up to bat with the 3-2 for the first time, and he swings on the off speed, and they punch him out. So a good start to a good outing here for Junior. First pitch is taken inside for a strike. It was a breaking ball that caught the inside corner. Oh, 1. Misses low and away. Evens out the count. And this is the part of the game where you see a lot of new faces coming up. That's taken for a strike. Breaking ball caught outside. Makes it 1-2. Oh, just fouled back. Got a piece of it. And we'll do it again, the 1-2. Called strike 3, and they got him looking. 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. And here's Ayala. Flew out his last time up. Takes a pitch for a strike. Again, the 0-1 is cracked short off the hop. Throws the first long fire. A lot of velocity behind that one, and they get him out. It's a quick inning there for the south side. They get out of it. 4-3's your score. And we're back in just a moment from Melching Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of today, each game today, we will be recognizing the players with picture plaques and naming of the MVP for each team. It'll say name, school, and numerical. I wasn't supposed to read that, sorry. Anyways, we're going to be provided with plaques at the end of each game today, so hang around and do that, please. Thank you.
back into land. The top of the 8th inning. We're set to get back underway here. This is popped up and way out of play. Jonathan Freeman. Who had a pretty good day today. He hit one just out there a couple innings ago. That seems to be kind of the spot, just out towards left, back into the stands. There's something about this timing here that's throwing him off. Here's Sarah up to the plate, though, for the south side. Still a one-run ball game. This is cracked into left field, trailing back to the track, and grabs it. Just another baseball that dies as soon as it gets to the warning track. Question is, will somebody be able to get it over? Sarah had a good bat on that one. Able to barrel it up nicely. Now here's Gary Bennett, the lefty who checks into this game for the second time. Comes set, kicks and deals. First pitch is in there and finds his own first strike. Wind blowing right out to center field. It's got a little bit of a left field run to it. Meanwhile, Bennett finds himself in the 0-2. Nobody on. Here's the pitch. Cracked in the gap to second. Got a glove on it. Throw to first in time, and there's 2 away. So the south side All-Stars are working quickly to keep, this run going. They've had a lot of momentum for them this past few innings. They defensively and pitching-wise, of course. You don't want to let them get this run off of them, You don't want anybody to run away with this game. You certainly don't want to let it happen here. Jammed into right field and down for a base hit. So Rich will reach first on a single out to right. Now there's a man on. And 2 away. Snap throw to first. Did not get him. It almost looks like he was going to pitch from the windup there, but I think maybe now he'll come from the stretch with seeing how far he leads off from first base. First pitch, runner goes, throw down the second. Got him. And that'll end the inning. That's the second time we've seen him throw out a runner at second. They do not want to mess with him. We are back from melching. Do not go anywhere. Baseball all around on the QwikCut Sports Network. And that is Stetson baseball excellence in the regionals and super regionals. They just played FGCU here a couple days ago where they reigned victorious. Now they move on to North Carolina State. Game 1 coming up tonight there in Auburn. We wish them best of luck here from DeLand. And we thank them for letting us use their beautiful facilities today for high school baseball, as there's a check swing and taken for strike 1. Oh, 1 swung through and a big whiff on that one. He had his head up. I think he was looking for an off-speed pitch, you know. Looking for something to hang, and he cut at it like it was going to hang. That's a fastball inside. Make it 1-2. This offering is cracked down the third base line and foul. Third baseman took a beat on it there. That was Alonzo who just took off towards it. The 1-2. Little blooper into right center. Shallow on the dive, and he makes the grab. A sensational play. And there is 1 away. That was fantastic. Nate Dietz out there to make the dive. Montrell still on the mound, by the way, for the Southern All-Stars, as that pitch is outside for ball 1. Mario Magana Jr. will settle in. He's had a bit of a tough day at the plate. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities to hit. He checks his swing. Did he go? Did not go. There's not a lot of oomph behind that swing, you know. He just kind of, he saw it, yes, yes, and then at the last second said no. That pitch is in there for a strike. Even at the count 2-2, still 1 away. Next offering is outside and almost in the dirt. Make it a full count here. Magana finds himself in the full count for the first time today. We haven't really seen an eke of confidence out of him. He hasn't really been disheveled, I guess, in a way, as he swings through that one and misses. They'll get him out. He's almost just been kind of cool and collected, even though he's having kind of a rough day in the box. You know, he's keeping his mind there. Cooper Moss settles in. First offering is just inside and almost missed him. Two away, nobody on. Next offering already and in the dirt outside. Call it 2-0 now. And it's been really tough for, you know, all of this mixing up of lineups and rosters, as that's fouled back. It just, like I said earlier in this game, makes it a lot harder for the pitchers and the batters to really find their rhythm, get their groove, really learn about who they're actually playing against. 2-1. Cracked in the center field on the run off the hop, makes the grab and ends the inning. And we stay scoreless through the past 2 innings. It is still 4-3. South All-Stars leading. And some more personnel changes here as we just continue to get through these rosters of All-Stars. It has been a fantastic showcase of baseball here in DeLand, and we're so glad that we had you guys with us for it as this game slowly comes to a close. Takes his time to get set. First offering is in there for a strike. Yeah, will come into pitch here for the North All-Stars as this pitch is shot, popped up way sky high in the center and makes the grab for one away. On an 0-1 fastball, just got under it. And man, if he barreled that up, I think it would have been a whole different story. Here's Cooper Moss to settle in now. Another guy who's had a pretty quiet day at the plate, but defensively has been pretty key in keeping this lead a little closer. Infielder for the North All-Star team. Finds himself in a 1-1. Next offering is in the dirt and away, 2-1 now. Two-one. Take it for a strike and evens out the count, 2-2 now. Cracked to short. Tried to get the glove on it, and he tumbles and can't get it. He'll poke one into left field for a single, and the tying man's aboard. This is hit way foul and way out of play. Antoine Serra. Runner goes. Throw down the second. Oh, it's going to be close. Did he get him? He got him. And I think the catchers have really started to catch up to these runners. Seems like every time they get the chance to steal, they're thrown out. Serra with the 0-2 count. This is cracked the other way. Little jam shot, backpedaling in left field, makes the grab to get us out of that inning. We stay 4-3 heading to the bottom of the ninth. Running out of chances for the North All-Stars. We're back in a moment. Jordan Marlowe gets the nod to lead things off here for us. The bottom of the 9th inning. On the mound, that's Freeman for the Southern All-Stars, who kicks and deals his first one in this game and nails the batter right off the hand. So that'll put a runner on first base. They're going to take a second and look at his hand there. Simply not a great place to get hit. There's really no place that's great to get hit with the baseball, but the hand is definitely not one of those that you want to see as a coach. Runner takes off. Throw down the second. Close again. Swam around it, and they call him safe. They started with the punch out. Changed his motion right there. He slides in there safe, and they have a man on second. That's the tying run. Freeman will take a second to talk to his catcher, reevaluate it. Two. And he hits him again. So Freeman hit Marlowe twice in one at-bat, and Marlowe was not happy about it. Showed some signs of discomfort in his hand and got hit in his right shoulder just then. Now brings up Richardson from Lafayette, who has a chance to really bust this game wide open. Swings and fouls it. Freeman threw him in the zone. You know, on a high pitch like that, he was just trying to make something work for him. It looked like it broke towards the inside. 2-1, nobody out. In the 0-1. That was a good pitch to take, and it's taken for a strike. 0-2 Freeman. Finally able to get some command on one. Takes a peek at second. One more time. Now kicks and deals. Inside, the ball gets away and rolls back towards the mound. Make it 1-2. Ticket for a ball outside makes it 2-2. Richardson's just looking to get something in play here. He has an out to sacrifice. Gets a bat on it right off the glove at the second baseman. It pops into center field and will load up the bases. And if you're the South All-Stars, you got to think, man, what is happening? Jake Hooten will settle in and has a chance to do something big. Bases loaded, nobody out, a one-run ball game. First pitch. Fouled back. Boy, he was eager for that one. You got to think, hey, what a better time to do it than the All-Star game. You know, all the eyes are on you. You're having fun. And now here's the 0-1. That was a good take there. for Hooten. Watches the ball go by in the dirt. 1-1 evens out the count. Next offering is popped up foul, and he got lucky on that one. That didn't stay in play. A tying run at third. Everything else a bonus. Bases loaded, 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back down the left field line and out of play. Again, another tense moment for Freeman on the mound. Freeman, the 1-2, bases loaded. Swung on, little chopper to third. He fumbles it, taps third, throws to first, and he's safe. The tying run will score. And now there's only 2 men on, but an entirely different ball game. Now Brooks settles in. Runner takes off for third. The ball's in the dirt. There will be no throw. He slides in. One away. Runner's on the corners. Runner takes off for second. He checks third. Now there's runners on second and third. Breaking ball taken for a strike. Makes it a 2-1 now. Two-1 is swung through and missed for strike number 2. Now he evens it out 2-2. If you're Brooks, you're thinking, all right, enough of trying to get it out of here. Let's just poke one into the corner. Let's get this game rolling for us, get this momentum going. I think that's what we're going to see right here. The 2-2 is swung through and missed for strike 3. Freeman's trying to pick up a disaster, trying to clean up a mess. 2 on, second and third, 2 out. Freeman hasn't even got a chance to really set up on the mound. First offering. Gets the zone for a strike on the outside. Next offering is popped up way high, scraping the sky, and it drops down into the glove of the second baseman. We stay tied here. It is 4-4 from Melching Field. We head into the 10th. We're back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Back here at Melching Field. There they are, the away team. That's the South All-Stars, who are, we're leading this game 4-2. And it seems like in this past 2 innings, they've just kind of crumpled apart a little bit. I think they've lost a lot of their confidence maybe. You run through your pitchers, and you have to run through your pitchers in the All-Star game. And I think once they do that, it really just messes with you a little bit. Next offering is outside. And makes it 1-2. 2-1 pitch. My apologies, as that's taken again outside. Makes it 3-1. The game's had its momentum at times, but for the most part, it has been a really even matchup. I don't think anybody necessarily had the upper hand at any point. Obviously, you have teams that are leading, but no one's really taken control of the game, and it's been a pretty even stature, as that was a walk, so they'll place a runner at first, and he'll stay in with the 2-1 count. Malavasio, one of those guys we've seen a lot of today. Everybody's been watching him. He's ready to pop at any moment, and he flies one in the right field as the runner took off. Gotta hurry back. And he'll tag up and make it in safely. Malavasio was just under that one. It was about 10 feet from the wall there. Now here's Gabriel Milano, who again just brings this kind of swagger and demeanor to him that I think a lot of high school players strive to have, as the runner takes off and slides into second safely. He's got this major league mentality to him, and something that's really going to carry him through college ball. Runner on second. Finds himself down in the count, 0-1, however. See if we can see some of that power today, but first we step off and check second base. Now he comes set, fires. In the dirt. Even out the count. The sun has reached its peak here as it really starts to heat up out here. Whacked and out of play. 90 degrees outside here at Conrad Park. And what has become a hot day for baseball. Chipped up by the mound. Throw to first by the second baseman. Pulls him off the bag. And they're going to call him safe. Puts runners on the corners now. It just pulled him off the mound or the bag. And as a first baseman, it's important to always try and just keep whatever part of your body you can on the bag, whether you're laying down or it's your tiptoe or the spike of your cleat, whatever it is, you got to keep it on the bag. And sometimes it just gets hard. Sometimes, you get pulled off and you lose track of where it is, and you step on what you might think is the bag, and you might be stepping on your own foot. You might be stepping on clay. You never know. First base has been the hot corner here, as opposed to third base. A lot of left-handed hitters today. We've seen shoot a line drive over to first, or a hard hit grounder. Next offering's in the dirt, makes it 2-1. Checks the runner at first. Throws over, but will not get him. Again, the 2-1 is fouled back. Eddie Marshall checks into this game for the first time. He's in the box with a 2-2 count. 2 runners on the corner. Pitch. Runners take off. This is way lined in the left. A lot of power. Makes the grab. The throw home will be cut off. It's a sacrifice for Eddie Marshall. The run scores. And Milano stands alone at first, who was not able to get the hit. First offering is cracked in the center field on the run. And making the grab, but not after the damage is done. 5-4 your score. The Southern All-Stars creep back. We're back in just a moment on QwikCut. Back at Melching. 5-4 your score. As the Northern All-Stars are looking to get their lead back. It was 4-4 and they tied it up, and now it's 5-4. They're down a run. Ayala comes up to the plate for the 3rd time this game. Takes the 1-2. Swung through and he got him. Four pitches and a strikeout. He is working quickly. It's Freeman on the mound. That brings up Corterero, who we see for the first time this game. 6'1", middle infielder. A lot of bat speed as he rips one in the left. Trailing back to the track. It is a caught off the run, off the glove. He had the glove on it, and then he fumbles it around again. Boy, he had it for a second there, and it fell out of the glove. He ripped it into left field. That is a tough break there. As they move in the pinch runner. That's Wilcox. Montrell comes up to hit now. Take it up high for ball one. It's hits like that that energize a team, and hits like that that give a team a new life. You know, you see this burst of power out of a hitter that just entered the game, and it really makes you feel inspired to repeat that, for lack of a better term. You know, you want to always strive to do that, but to see somebody do it like that just puts a whole new perspective in your mind. Montrell set up 3-0. One away, runner on second. First pitch is hit the other way and foul. And way out of play. Cubs set, 3-1. Ooh, just got a piece of it, fouled it back, makes it 3-2. Delivers the 3-2 from Freeman, is swung through and got him. Struck him out on the off speed. And brings up Cooper Moss. Runner takes off, no throw to third. He stumbles off the bag there, though. Easy there, Wilcox, as he now taps it. (5-4) ball game, swung through and missed. Freeman trying to close it out here. Tying run at third, winning run at the plate. 2 away and a 1-1 count. Finds his own for strike 2. Moss down to his last strike. North All-Stars trying to hang on. The 1-2. Cracked into left field and just foul. It was right off the line and a close call there. And it would have flipped this game completely upside down. Cooper Moss knew it. Wilcox knew it. They were given the green light. Again, the 1-2. Swung through and punches him out.
And that's the ball.
The Southern All-Stars take the W here in a close game. 5-4 your score.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be
A fantastic showcase of baseball here. And we thank you for joining us
for the series in just a moment.
On the QwikCut Sports Network. I'm so glad to have you with us. I'm Christian Boussier. I want to thank my amazing crew behind me, Adam Black and Martin on the camera. As always, stay tuned for more baseball coming up from DeLand, Florida in just a little bit. We'll be back.